Hello everyone! Today we're reviewing Hogwarts Legacy. The review today is after spending about 20 hours in the game, and I think I'm around halfway through the main quest line. So I haven't finished the game yet, but I'm in a good spot to provide you with a good review of the game. Hogwarts Legacy is a game in Harry Potter's world where you are a young wizard who joined Hogwarts School as a 5th year student and will have to do a lot of catch up. All of that while learning about ancient magic, which is a type of magic that only a select few are born with the ability to see and control it, including us. We don't really know when the events of the game is occurring, whether before or after Harry's event. The main villain is a goblin who is able to wield the same magic somehow, and I don't want to say any more regarding the story to keep it spoiler free. So let's start with the technical aspect. This game is available on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC. I am playing the game on PC, so I'm not sure how the game fared on other platforms, but I didn't hear anything bad or any issues from my friends or community. Here are the PC requirements. I wouldn't really recommend the recommended setting, as the game will stutter occasionally. 32 gig of RAM and a good CPU/GPU will definitely make your experience more fun and less laggy, especially in big fights where there are a lot of spells casted at you and casted by you. The game graphics look stunning. Being a wizard means you have to get a wand and cast variety of spells, even the famous spells like Accio, Wingardium Leviosa, Lumos, or curses like Avada Kedavra, which I haven't learned yet, but I will down the road. For exploration, there are no mounts, but you can get a flying broom early in the game, and later on you get a griffin if you are into that. The map is big, but the world has limits, and you will find yourself hitting many of the invisible walls quickly while flying. However, I think it's sufficient enough. Additionally, the seasons change in the game. As you progress through the main quest line, you will see yourself cycling through seasons, and this is not in a specific area, but the entire game. During fall, you will see pumpkins everywhere, while winter will show you snow in almost all places. That's an impressive feature of the game, especially for the fans of the franchise. The sounds are on point, and every time you cast a spell or someone casts a spell against you, you will hear the spell name. If you are stealth, then you will whisper the name of the spell. I found that to be a neat addition. Loading times are fast, with the exception of the initial loading screen when you open the game. That one can take a minute or two depending on your PC specs. Game progress. First of all, Hogwarts Legacy is a single player game, so you play the way you want, and I encourage you to explore the stunning world. Quests are split into 3 categories: main storyline, side quests, and assignments. The first 2 are just like any other game in this genre. However, assignments are smaller tasks and very important as they are the key to unlock and learn new spells. There are also a lot, and I mean a lot of things to collect in this game. And those collectibles will give you either HP or experience, while others just give appearances for your outfit or your wand appearance. The main story quest line is interesting and fun to do. However, if you only focus on it, then you will end up being low level and or without certain key spells to progress. For example, even though I did a lot of side quests, still, when I tried to progress with the main story quest line, I started facing enemies that are higher level than me. So I highly recommend doing side quests and collectibles. Besides, side quests will take you on the exploration path to do things like getting more gear items that can be sold so you can buy recipes, or things like MERLIN trials where you can upgrade your inventory size. From what I read, if you focus primarily on the story, you should be able to finish the game between 30 and 35 hours. However, if you are after getting everything, that number will definitely be higher. Like I said, I'm around 20 hours now, or 40% of the entire game, with 60% of the main story questline. Controls are easy, it has auto-aim, and you can lock the target if you want. You have many offensive spells, and they have a cooldown. So the idea is to build a combo like this one, then switch to the second set of spells, then the third, and by the time you finish all 3 sets, the first set is ready to be cast again. Each set can have 4 spells, and to unlock extra spell sets, you need to spend talent points in core category. Additionally, if you don't want to cast spells, you can just use the basic attack. Also, some enemies can only be hit with certain spells. For example, inferious zombies can only take damage from fire spells or irregular attack. Others, like wizards, can cast shields, and you won't be able to damage them until you break their shield. The shield they cast has a specific color, and you need to hit them with a spell from the same color category to break the shield so you can continue your regular rotation. I'm playing on normal difficulty, and it feels like a face roll, unless the target level is red, which means it's higher than you and therefore your damage is nerfed. Then it will take you forever to kill the target. Fighting while flying doesn't exist. I tried to cast spells or regular attacks while on a griffin or a broom, but nothing happened. The only thing you can cast is Revelio. I'm not sure if this will change down the road, but I doubt it. So what did I like or dislike in the game? Let's start with the things that I really liked. Number 1. Some of the puzzles are really good. Like the ones in the trials where you'll see different realities through the mirror/doorway thingy. Also other puzzles like the Depulso ones, which requires the use of more than 2 brain cells collectively. Number 2. Having the Room of Requirements. The Room of Requirements is your personal space where you build tools that will allow you to upgrade gear, make potions, or simply create decorations. You can even change the ambience of the room to fully customize it. Number 3. Lots and lots of fast travel options that will save you a ton of flying time. Number 4. Beasts. I think it's a very nice feature that they exist. Besides, who wouldn't want to brush a puffskein or a mooncalf with those big pretty eyes? Number 5. Auto farming. The game is nice enough to spare you the agony of farming many of the ingredients. You can build some utility items that generate moonstone, herbs, and even potions for free. There is a reasonable cooldown on them. However, you still need to farm or buy some of the items if you want a specific potion. And now, the dislikes. Number 1, and the most important one, no real boss fights. 20 hours in the game with almost halfway through, and I still didn't fight a boss that felt like a boss with many abilities. I know this is not Elden Ring, but the only big meanie that I fought was a knight statue, and that's twice only in the entire game. Oh, and both fights have the same mechanics, so it's more like the same fight but twice. Number 2. No gear progress. You get a lot of gear, but it's very rare to actually get an upgrade. Most of the items are a downgrade, and just there to be sold while occupying inventory. And while we are on the inventory space, number 3. Inventory space. You start with 20 inventory space, while wearing 6 items. The items you already wear count toward that 20, so you actually start with 14 spaces only for gear. You can do MERLIN trials, which increase your inventory by 4 slots every time you complete a challenge set. However, that was very annoying to constantly be forced to go back to a vendor to sell so I can make room in my inventory. Otherwise, I would have to destroy items or just keep some loot. If your inventory is full and you came across a chest, you can't take a look at the item unless you make room in your inventory. So on many occasions, I had to destroy an item just to loot a green quality item. Number 4. MERLIN trials. Those are the small puzzles, and on their own they are okay, but some of them require certain spells to be solved. On multiple times, I had to waste more than 10 minutes trying to figure out a puzzle that I can't solve due to the lack of a certain spell, and there is no tooltip to notify me about this. Number 5. Field pages. It was fun collecting those books and pages and reading their description, but in Hogwarts Castle alone there are 150 to be found. That is just too many collectibles for one category in one place. That's not even the entire game. Then you have other things to be collected like chests and demigods. If you decide to ignore the pages, then each time you cast Revelio and there's one near you, you would hear the sound of the lovely bell, which triggered my OCD to go and find it.
Revelio.
And then the cherry on the top, after you spend God knows how many minutes looking for it, only to find out it's locked behind the locked door that I can't reach due to the lack of ALOHAMORA level 2 or 3. Which brings us to point 6, ALOHAMORA. There are many locked doors in the game and ALOHAMORA will unlock those doors. However, there are tiers, and you need to upgrade the ALOHAMORA spell by gathering demigods items. I understand that devs are trying to make us progress in the game, but Hogwarts Castle is a giant maze. Imagine stumbling across a door by chance just to find it's locked with a level 3 lock, and then trying to retrace your steps to go back after 6 hours of playing when you can finally unlock it. To prevent this from happening again, I ended up farming all the demigod statues and unlocking ALOHAMORA level 3 before actually continuing my progress in the game. so that way when I reach an area I can fully explore it. Number 7. ALOHAMORA puzzles are very simple and doesn't really change or increase its difficulty over time. It just felt like a mechanic to slow our progress instead of challenging us. Those are the dislikes, and although they may sound many, but at the end of the day they don't really have a major impact on your gameplay, but rather minor annoyances. What about you? Leave a comment of what you liked or disliked in the game. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you like this review. Finally, I think the game has done great on graphics, fight mechanics, storyline, spells, and most importantly, it's fun. I have enjoyed it and still enjoying the game, and honestly I don't want it to finish yet. So I would give the game 8 out of 10, and that's only because it's missing out on the boss fights. I have uploaded multiple videos of my gameplay of the game, so if you would like to take a further look at the game, the links of the playlist will be in the description. Thank you so much! Until the next video, see you soon!